Tonight on Q2, a New Year's Eve tragedy.
A fire leaves one woman dead, another seriously injured, and a home destroyed.
Now I know that he definitely needs everything that you can think of.
We'll have the latest as family and friends cope with the unimaginable.
Plus, road to a championship.
We love the game. Honestly, we love the game, and we think it's a championship facility.
The Montana State Bobcats are in the air and headed to Frisco as they look to close Toyota Stadium in style.
And living one heartbeat at a time.
Even in heart failure, it doesn't mean that's the end. You know, it just means that you're at a point where it's a lot lower than it should be.
A rare first-hand look at what life is like for patients dealing with heart failure.
The MTN 530 News starts right now.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
Well, good evening and thanks for joining us on this Thursday. I'm Russ Riesinger.
And I'm Andrea. Lutz. Tonight, the latest on a New Year's Eve fire as we are now learning it claimed the life of a Billings woman.
The other victim is in a Denver hospital tonight fighting for her life from severe burns after the fire broke out on Billings South Side.
Tonight, our Haley Monaco speaks with the friends and family as they try to make sense of this life-altering and tragic event.
Tuesday morning's fire has left one Billings family completely devastated. Now, friends are asking the community for help.
In an instant,
trying to put on a brave face,
tragedy struck in Jason Allard's life.
I showed up to work like normal and got a call about 11:50 that there was a fire at the house and that they had found Gail in the vehicle with my dog.
A fire raced through the home he lived in with his wife Gail and his wife's grandmother Arlene.
They said that they weren't sure of what caused it, and I haven't heard anything since then.
Destroying everything.
I went up to St. Vincent's where Arlene was staying, found out that she wasn't gonna survive. She was 89 years old and had lung cancer before, so there was too much smoke and too much damage to be able to do anything. And
he is now preparing to head to Denver, where his wife was flown to be by her side. She has a collapsed lung, severe burns, and is on a ventilator.
She is struggling right now. I talked to the doctors today and stuff, and there is a chance that she doesn't pull through, but hoping everything works out.
Losing family and his home, Allard's boss and friend Lance Lataski has started fundraising to help ease the burden.
He definitely needs everything that you can think of.
The Allards had 2 dogs inside the home. One is safe, but the other has not been seen since Tuesday's fire.
German Shepherd, black spots. Maybe keep an eye out for him.
Lataski is hoping the community will do what Billings does best and step up to help.
I just hope Billings really rallies around him and helps him in the way that he needs. I'd be more than willing to store whatever he needs for now till he gets back up on his feet.
As Allard deals with the unimaginable.
I just wanted to say thanks to Lance and Laura Lataski for everything that they've done. Thank you to my mom and dad, and hopefully things look up.
In Billings, Haley Monaco, MTN News.
It's obviously been a very cold day for Idaho, Wyoming, and Montana. A lot of clouds moving ahead, but not a lot of snow. Some lingering light snow showers around Fort Peck. More snow in far western Montana, and that snow is moving our direction. Western Montana also had the warmest highs today, but they weren't very warm, at or below the freezing mark for almost everybody, with teens and lower 20s for most of our part of the world. Highs about 10 to 15 degrees below average. And for the Magic City, temperature didn't change very much with the clouds and some trace amounts of snow falling from the sky today. Had a low of 18, which was seasonable, but the high today of 23, well below average. We have a lot of snow coming. Get those chores and errands done tonight. I'll have your forecast in a few minutes.
The Montana State Bobcats are on their way to Frisco. Take a look at all of that as the team hit the road at noon today. They left campus, and of course that community send-off as hundreds of fans lined the streets of Bozeman. Players and coaches boarded a flight expected to land in Texas tonight. The championship game between the Cats and the North Dakota State Bison kicks off at 5 on Monday night. The Cats are favored, in fact, in Las Vegas by 3.5 points. Well, North Dakota State is fresh off an upset over their rivals, South Dakota State. Monday's title game will actually be the last game in Toyota Stadium for the next 2 years. MTN's Tom Wiley is in Frisco tonight with a look at the improvements coming to the stadium that's been home to the FCS championship for the past 15 years.
For 15 years, the FCS championship is called Frisco, Texas home, but that's all going to change in 2026 and 2027 as the game moves to Nashville, Tennessee, while Toyota Stadium undergoes renovations. But if and when the game does come back in 2 years, college football fans are in for a treat. Toyota Stadium opened in 2005, and Vice President of Stadium Operations Nick Schaefer started the very next year.
Coming up on my 19th season here at the venue, but I oversee everything inside the stadium, whether concessions, merch, parking, stadium programming, which is all the concerts, all the college football, all the high school football.
But after nonstop year-round use, the multi-purpose venue has started to show its age.
Listen, our venue's coming up on its 20th year anniversary. That's a long time nowadays, as I say, because it just gets old. You know, Texas, we got the concrete and all that stuff. The lights, you know, our lighting system is an old lighting system.
So immediately following the FCS title game, construction work will begin to upgrade the stadium. And this isn't just a minor facelift. It will transform the venue as college football fans have come to know it.
But we'll start on the east side first. We'll go in and put in the new 1,900 club seats, 11,000 square foot club, and then the awning and all new restrooms and concessions. And then we'll start on the north stage and the whole west side, which will include, the west side will include a new club. We go from 22 suites to 57 suites, and then also increase press box, radio room, as well as another club on top.
The FCS title game location will be up for bid after the Nashville run, so there's no guarantee the game will return to Frisco. But part of the reason the renovations are even taking place was to accommodate schools like Montana State and North Dakota State that have large fan bases.
But the hope is that you get the FCS championship game.
Yeah, and that's part of part of the reasons for the renovation too. Is we love the game. We love the game, and we think part of these renovations is to fix the areas that we need fixing to make sure that we can support the fans and the alumni of these games that when they come here that it's a championship facility.
Tom Wiley, MTN Sports.
And remember to join us Sunday night at 9:30 for an inside look at the Bobcats' historic season. Perfection and Redemption, Montana State's Road to Frisco is hosted by Grace Lawrence and our own Scott Breen and Casey Conlon. Again, that premieres this Sunday night at 9:30 right here on Q2. Tonight, a Billings man is defying the odds and proving a strong heart is more than just physical. 2% of Americans over the age of 20 are living with heart failure. The same is true for Don Gleason. As our Charlie Kleps reports, he's still going strong, though, despite his condition.
Well, the first signs were just that I was having some heart palpitations.
It all happened fast.
I noticed that I'd really slowed down. I used to run long runs.
The always active and outdoorsy Don Gleason went in for a routine shoulder surgery and came out with a nightmare diagnosis.
They discovered that my mitral valve had gone bad and that I needed surgery.
That surgery, 15 years ago, was the first of at least 10 Gleasons had since, completely flipping his life upside down.
Just grieving the things that, you know, that you can't do that change your life.
Gleason now has just 15% of his usual cardiac output, meaning his active lifestyle had to seriously change.
I thought I was going to get everything back at some point, but that just didn't hold true.
Really the only challenge for me, it's really hard to watch somebody that you love suffer.
Something that led to big changes in the Gleason family, though with the help of his wife Linda, Don's managed to make the most of it.
Don's an exercise enthusiast to the maximum. And so finding those balances of what were within his boundaries, that was a big adjustment.
It's at the point now that I understand that things are going to be different, and that's just the way it is.
And what he's still able to do with just 15% output is a feat in itself.
Normally it's about 2/3, 55 to 70%. 15% is very low.
Gleason's doctor, Joseph Molstein at the Billings Clinic, says that small of output usually keeps patients practically bedridden.
You know, a lot of people that are that low will have a hard time walking across the parking lot. They're spending most of their time in a chair, really just not able to engage with life.
And while the losses hurt,
I grieve from what I used to be able to do. Seeing the high country, that's a tough thing, but
nothing replaces the time he gets to spend with family.
Our kids are in a different age where they just need your brain and your heart. They don't need your legs.
Changes and challenges he's met, living each day to the fullest.
You just keep going. I just keep doing the best I can.
In Billings, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.